Good evening, everyone. My name is Randy Anderson. I'm your Modexus COO / master partner / just Andrew tells me just to get it done. So anyway, we sure appreciate each and every one of you. It's a busy time of year. It's September. We know we've got kids back to school, all the activities that surround everything that goes on in the fall are in full swing. So, we appreciate the fact that you're taking time out of a busy evening, I'm sure, and joining us for a special treat tonight. This event features the founder of the Modexus Product Research Council, Dr. Charles Rouse. Dr. Rouse is joining us from Albany, Georgia. Good evening, Dr. Rouse. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Randy, and all of our precious family at Modexus. Good evening to each and every one.
Fantastic. Well, we sure appreciate you. And we're going to just dive right in this evening because the focus and purpose of this event is we want to talk about our products. We want to talk about the flagship ingredient, the Lonicera berry. I think sometimes we don't talk about this, this amazing king of super berries. What a gift from nature we have. And here at Modexus, we are the very first to bring this product, or bring this berry rather, in product form to the world market. And we've been doing this since October of 19, and the stories just keep rolling in. So Dr. Rouse, we're going to jump right in here. What I'd like for you to do, and we're going to do a question and answer format tonight, guys. I always enjoy, just throwing some ideas out here, and the answers that you come up with, sir, are always amazing, right on point, and I know people get a lot of benefit out of them. So let's talk about the Lonicera superberry. This is our flagship ingredient, and I think we need to talk about this more, being first of the world market, and why is this gift from nature so powerful?
Wow, power of purple. When you look at the spectrum, they've always said in eating healthy, eat color, put color on your plate. Make sure you got the yellow and the green and the red and the purple.
Dr. Rouse, could you move that microphone up your shirt just a little bit, please? I do apologize.
Way up there.
Thank you.
We like Christian because he makes sure we get it right. So Lonicera longevity has a berry in there called the Lonicera berry. It's actually in each of our products. What's neat about this berry is that when we studied the spectrum of colors, we knew that some fruits and vegetables that came out of the red and the orange and the yellow and the green, they had a lot to offer nutritionally. But the further we got over on the other side, where we were into the and the purples, and once we got past the red, orange, yellow, green, we got into the blue, indigo, and the violet, and that purple is where the most powerful nutrition excels all other berries. And yes, there's power in the yellow berry and a red one. I mean, everybody knows about strawberries and raspberries, many different kinds of berries. But the purple berry was exceeding all of them. Now, as a pharmacist, as a biochemist, as somebody who studies organic medicinal chemistry, it's my passion. When I look at a fruit or a vegetable, I'm always looking at the active ingredient. And when I saw the OPC molecule, that procyanidine, the OPC molecule, I said, that's enough. If we don't go any further, you've caught my attention, and I will be blessed just to know that I'm putting OPC into my body, because OPC improves circulation, makes the blood vessels healthier, all kinds of things. But here comes the research. The actual Lonicera berry is going through extensive research. We're talking about thousands of good double-blind medical studies, and they're now showing us that this purple berry is so powerful that it goes beyond OPC. It's got the C3Gs, the iridoids, all the flavonoids, everything that we could ever want in one berry. And when I say everything we could ever want, it's like a multiple vitamin, extraordinary, packed into one beautiful purple berry. And so the organic farmers up there in Canada, they're very meticulous. They bathe it, they harvest it, they get it at the precise time that the color purple is for our medicinal needs. And when we get the raw powder, it is in pristine, pure condition, organic to the best. It has no pesticide, no herbicide, no trash, no nothing. And man, oh man, that was the beginning of Modexus. We had the berry of berries, the most powerful berry. And because it had all of that clinical research, all we had to do was just get the stuff and start with it. And when I say research, I'm talking about they were doing research over here on glaucoma, helping glaucoma. They were doing research over here on the eye, preventing cataract. We're talking about a purple berry. They were doing blood pressure studies, improving systolic, diastolic, yes, with a purple berry. They looked at blood circulation, top of the head, bottom of the feet, remarkably improved. They looked at cardiac output, how well the heart was able to pump. It was improved with the power of the purple. So when you looked at all those things, that was a good thing. Good for the kidney, good for the liver, good for the lungs, good for the brain. And we got it, first to the world market. And if we didn't do anything else, but just put the purple berry in a capsule and give it to you, that would be enough, because that would be sufficient to make it a marvelous nutrition, making you feel at least 10 years younger, light years smarter, and a whole lot more energetic. That's the purple. That's what's in our product, the power of Lonosyl.
Thank you, Dr. Rouse. Well, they say purple is the color of royalty, so I think it's safe that we can say we have the king of super berries for sure. So if people want to research a little bit further, can you just real quickly tell them where to go look? Some of the university studies like Dalhousie University, and I believe that's in Nova Scotia, but where would you send them to go find this data? Don't take our word for it, go find it.
Absolutely. And most doctors, nurses, and chemists, and pharmacists, and researchers, they want to see the stuff. PubMed, P-U-B-M-E-D, PubMed, like medicine, published medicine, pubmed.gov. It has, gosh, Randy, we're probably talking 80,000 real McCoy researchers. Did you know that in natural medicine, there is more research on natural medicine than on any one pharmaceutical prescription drug? That's a fact.
Interesting. Now that should be a clue, right?
Yeah,
that we're on the right track, and well care is our responsibility, and that's what we're about here at Modexus. And with Dr. Rouse's help, we're teaching people how to take care of themselves first, so that the system doesn't have to take care of you later. So I think that's really, really important. So I want to talk about immune support. This is an important topic in the world today, and no matter which side of the equation you're on, I know you personally believe it's, we have a lot of personal choices to make, and they are personal choices. But no matter which choices you make, our immune system is still front and center, or should be front and center. And we know in Lonosyl longevity that we have the superior product in the world. Now, I'd like for you to talk a little bit about why, because it truly is a one-stop shop, if you would. One bottle, one product covers all the bases. And I hear this a lot from people. They don't realize that it's already got the therapeutic dosing for vitamin D, or it's got the trace minerals, including selenium. I heard you talking about selenium the other day. So if you would, let's talk about Lonosyl longevity. Let's talk about why it covers all the bases for the immune system.
Absolutely. And what we learned in COVID in the last 2 years is that the greater majority of the people of the world have a compromised immune system. That's the reason they got sick. That's the reason they got what they got. And some were even so compromised that they even died. But when we look at the immune system, out of all the systems of the human body, and the body's very functional and very fearfully and wonderfully made by God. The one most important part of your human body is the immune system. Without the immune system operating, the elements of the world will become toxic. Simple things like viruses, bacteria, funguses, and parasites will overwhelm you, hurt you. And anybody who is prone to infection, if you don't have an immune system to knock it out, to keep it under control, it can go all the way down to gangrene, or in the case of these deaths in COVID, sepsis, where they had actual bacteria that got loose in the blood and killed people. So yeah, the immune system is exceedingly important. Now, what we've learned in COVID, and doctors did not know that zinc and selenium and vitamin D3 are exceedingly important to your immune system. So when we put together the Lonacera Longevity, one of our trademark products is not just a selenium molecule. We went to the selenomethionine research. We went to the one that did the real research on the immune system. Selenium is 10 times more potent and necessary for your immune system than zinc. And yeah, we're very, very cognitively aware about zinc because we heard that it stops the mutation or the replication of the coronavirus in the cell. But let me tell you something, selenium will do it 10 times better. And in our product is a therapeutic dose that came out of research to stopping viral mutation. Now, this was long before COVID ever became even known. We had already built the product knowing that people need to make sure that their immune system does not get compromised, because viruses are real, as well as cancer. Cancer has everything to do with your immune system. And whenever you keep that at bay, when you stay physically healthy, I mean, for years we heard doctors say, you need to eat more fruits and vegetables. You need to eat healthier. Why? So that you can keep the enemy at bay. And now we got high-powered nutrition that brings it in. And yes, everybody needs D3. Nobody needs D number 2. That's ergocalciferol. It ain't worth a hoot. It's made by man, but you need to have only D3 made by God. And D3 is the most essential, absolutely necessary molecule to keep your body healthy. Your blood pressure depends on it. Your immune system is absolutely going to have it, and you can't even balance your blood sugars without it. D number 3. Now, everybody is beginning to get a D3 blood test. I mean, they're checking people now just as regular as they do their blood pressure and their cholesterol. And you look at your blood on your profile, if your D3 is 35 or less, you're in trouble, because we learned that 35 nanograms per deciliter, 35 is the number. Anything below that, you are highly prone to dying of COVID. I mean, everybody who died of COVID had a low D3, 35 or less. You need to get to 50 and above. So get your blood checked. But you know what? The people that have been taking Lonacera Longevity, especially those that are taking 2 by 2, 2 in the morning, 2 at night, their therapeutic levels of D3 are right up there at the maximum, because they've been taking care of business from day one. Because when Dr. Charlie put Lonacera Longevity together, he already knew all about D3 long before the world ever started telling us about D3. And we put it in our product in therapeutic dosing from day one. But what makes Lanocerra longevity the ultimate in immune system enhancement is the dual action glutathione. Now, we learned from Penn State University that you can have a preformed, absolutely organic form of glutathione called Setria, Setria. Good place to go to look it up, setria.com. Setria is our catalyst. It's our match that lights the whole system. Then we knew that the body, if we gave it 3 essential amino acids, we needed to give it cysteine, glutamine, and we needed to give it the glycine molecule. And what we needed to give it was in the right ratio, in the right milligrams, in the right proportion. Now that's a secret. That is a patented trademark secret. And probably the only 2 people that know what's in our product is sitting right there, Randy and Charlie. And we're not going to share it with anybody because it is the ultimate in nutrition. Now we got Setria in there, but when you bring on our molecules, the cysteine, the glycine, and the glutamine, when you bring those into the Setria molecule, you are now dispersing into your blood each and every morning a minimum of 1,000 milligrams of glutathione. Now that's what the clinical research says, that cancer and diseases and chronic diseases, they all did better when glutathione was at 1,000 milligrams. When they did the clinical double-blind studies, they looked at 100-year-old people, and every one of them were exceedingly high in glutathione. Then they looked at 50-year-old people that were already sick as a dog, and every one of them were low on glutathione. But when you gave those sick folks glutathione, they became better folks. And so, you know, some people are just genetically predisposed to be high in glutathione. They live to be 100. But I learned from that research that, hey, no matter what my body genetics was, I could feed my body 1,000 milligrams of glutathione per day and get myself in the parade. And then I got to thinking about it. I wonder if there's any toxicity to glutathione, because it's not that expensive. And I wouldn't mind taking a double dose or a triple dose. And you know what? Every day, Dr. Charlie, he gives him a lot of glutathione, and I have no qualms about it. But the truth is that out of everything that I've watched now with COVID, and I've watched the ivermectin, the hydroxychloroquine, I've watched the monoclonal antibodies, I've watched them infuse all kinds of drugs. I've watched them use the Z-packet, azithromycin. I've watched them use the deltazone, the prednisone. I've watched them. But I guarantee you that when along came the jabs and everybody was getting a gene therapy jabbed into their arm for whatever reason, they said, what do we got? And out of everything on the board, now this is just facts of good medicine, and there's benefits in this, that, or the other, not one of them can even become closely compared to the power of glutathione. Glutathione is the master molecule. It is the ultimate of nutrition, and there's nothing on planet Earth that enhances the immune system as well as glutathione, with zero toxicity, and you can give it to the smallest baby to the oldest person and do them some good. No, do them better than good, because it's splendiferous. It's the molecule of molecules. And the truth is, God made it. And God made it to be that way. And I'm glad that I studied glutathione. I'm glad that I learned about glutathione. And me personally, I've been taking glutathione for over a decade, faithfully, every day. And I hope I never have to miss it.
I agree, Dr. Rouse. Boy, I can get fired up listening to you and sharing truths. I have to share this story. I'll just share it real quick. But when COVID really started coming on the forefront, so probably late January, early February of 2020, when we began to see what kind of issue it was going to be, Dr. Rouse, I called you. And I said, okay, we've got longevity. We've got this product. We know why we built it. We know how we built it. I mean, we've got a product with 10 ingredients, 6 out of the 10. There's the picture, brand new, beautiful label. But we've got 10 ingredients in there. 6 out of the 10 are either patented, trademarked, or both, which is unheard of in our industry. But I asked you, what do we need to do? What do we need to add to this? And you said to me very quickly, nothing. God knew. I said, we didn't know COVID was. God knew. We've got the product that we need. We need to take it to the world. And I just wanted to share that with all of you because success leaves clues, and the stories that come in daily are the verification. And we're working hard to get stories out there for you guys so that you can share them. But if everyone that's listening, and we are recording this, and we hope you'll take this recording, and everybody on here, go share it with 5 people, 10 people, get this information out there. If you knew what we knew, or know what we know is in this product, we'd sell out again tomorrow. And don't run short, because the demand is increasing on this amazing formula. Synergism, Dr. Rouse, this is all about synergism and everything built together, not by accident. Do you want to talk about synergism real quick? Because I think it's important for people to grasp this concept. This wasn't put together by accident.
That's for sure. The steps of the righteous are ordered by God. And this this whole industry at Modexus came together by a God-blessed desire. And he gave us a CEO. Andrew is one of the finest gentlemen in the world. When you talk about synergy, and you talk about 6 trademark research patented products in that one bottle, in the 10 ingredients, 6 of them are trademark patented. And they're there because each one is designed to make the other one work even more efficiently. And they were all tailored in the right milligrams, in the right proportions, because we knew what we were doing. We knew what biochemistry, the research was all about. We didn't just clump something together. We put it in there in its right perspective. And then when it got through, we found out, wow, we probably, Randy, have the world's best liver detoxification nutrition on the world market. And how many people do you know that have hepatitis, inflammation of the liver? They suffer from many ailments because their liver is congested. The active ingredient in here, the silafos, is not just another liver enhancing nutrition. It's a patented, trademark, researched nutrition. And it's in there to make the other things bioactive. But you know, out of all the ingredients that are in there, the one trademark patented ingredient in this product that makes all these others work so much better is a mineral complex called Synergism. 78 different minerals. And if your body is lacking one mineral, you're going to be deficient somewhere in a major way. We're providing 78. We're not just giving you zinc. We're giving you, yes, zinc. We're giving you copper. We're giving you manganese, boron, magnesium, potassium, all the minerals, but they're in the right ratio. And that syndrome makes synergy, because now when you got synergy, you've got more than better than good. I mean, it's splendiferous to the ultimate.
Absolutely. Well, that's longevity. But what I'd like to do is, we've got 3 more world-class formulations that I'd like to go through quickly. But the next one, and I put this next in line on purpose because it's my favorite, and I set this up and I get to do that. But we're going to talk about Sarah Tranquility, and talk about a game changer. Do you think the world has a little bit of stress going on right now? Do you think maybe people aren't sleeping properly? Do you think that there are people looking for a natural alternative to supporting healthy blood pressures? Again, the stories that come in daily, success leaves clues. Personally, Tranquility, I cannot go a day without it. It's the ultimate chill pill. Tell us about Tranquility.
And you're right, it is a unique nutritional, because when the systems of your body are all in concert, you can play the symphony. And let me tell you, stress is an aggravator, and anxiety will choke you. And when that body goes into stress over time, cortisol hormones rise, blood pressure becomes erratic, sleep patterns get disrupted, the calm, CALM, goes out, and the anxiety comes in. And the next thing you know, people are tense and nervous. And so if you know somebody who wants to get rid of stress, Tranquility is it. Now, in it is nutrition extraordinaire. Who would have ever thought that a chrysanthemum, a flower, chrysanthemum, would have such power? But you know, they've been studying herbal natural medicine for years. And look, we got cinnamon in there, because all those minerals make everything else operate. And when we looked at it, we needed to put it in the right ratio. And we needed to use a lot of the correct herbal and get it into the right perspective. And it's not just for old folks. No. Yes, it helps blood pressure. But did you know that what we're having more problem with blood pressure today is in 9 and 10-year-old kids? Their stress level is killing them. And we don't want to have to put them on an ACE inhibitor or a calcium channel blocker. But wouldn't it be neat if the world of medicine could learn about Tranquility? Because Tranquility is going to help those. And it does not make people high. It makes people smooth. And there's no mind-altering drugs in it. And if you know somebody who's hyperactive at school, Tranquility brings them into focus. If somebody can't sit still, ants in their pants, give them a little Tranquility. Now, who are the people that I use Tranquility on? I like to use it on female clients a lot, because it's the perfect nutrition for PMS or nagging headaches. Anybody who complains about memory fog, I usually give that Tranquility a try, because take out the stress, takes out the memory fog. And if you want to think things through, Tranquility will get your focus into focus. If you know somebody, Randy, who has neck aches or shoulder pain or muscle aches, Tranquility. Tranquility is a muscle relaxer without making you dog tired or sleepy. If somebody's burned out, and through this COVID, not only were people anxious and fretful, the fear level went so high that nervous exhaustion reached its pinnacle. And people need to recoup from that. Your body has too much cortisol, and you need to bring it down with Tranquility. If you know somebody who's clenching their jaw at night and they got TMJ ache in their mouth, bring on the Tranquility, because it'll help them to feel calm and in control. If a child frets going to school and they say, "Mommy, my stomach is churning and I've got this stomach butterflies," Tranquility will relax that kid and get rid of that. If you know somebody who is excessively sweating, Tranquility. If somebody can't just relax, if somebody's on the edge, if somebody's irritable, if somebody needs a little more emotional endurance, let's put some more wax in their candle, because somebody's burning their candle at both ends. and they need more wax, and Tranquility is the way to do it.
An amazing nutrition, a great door opener. If you're listening tonight or you catch this on the recording and you haven't yet used Tranquility or shared it with others, please do. Get some on order, get the product, use it consistently. Again, I talk about stories, but I hear this often. I wished I'd tried Tranquility sooner. And so don't be that person. Get this product, use it. It's safe, do no harm. You can use it from a young age all the way to people that are older in years. You'll be glad you did. So let's move on to the next product, if you would. So it's a product called Relieve AU. It's the gold standard for natural pain management. I got the bright idea to start going back to the gym, and I'm sure glad that I've got Relieve in stock. And one of the things, Dr. Rouse, you've talked about it, is that there are a lot of different things on the market. CBD, of course, you can go to the drugstore and you got all kinds of different things that you can buy, but they can do harm. And Relieve does no harm, but it also focuses in on a pain zone of soft tissue. And I think that's something that I'd love for you to talk a little bit. What sets Relieve apart? Because again, it's a game changer for many.
Randy, about 2 years ago, CBD became a major seller in natural medicine. And what it did, it brought to focus the endocannabinoid system, ECS, endocannabinoid system. Unfortunately, CBD could only hit a little bit here and maybe a little bit there. And the endocannabinoid system's all over the body. So CBD was only helping some people, but not all the people. And so what I wanted to do, I wanted to formulate a product that would be better than turmeric or curcumin, better than boswellia frankincense, better than glucosamine or chondroitin, better than MSM, better than CBD. And I use all of those in my medical practice, but I wanted something for the patient that would be better than all of those, cause no difficulties, have no side effects. You could take it on an empty stomach. You didn't have to worry if you were on a blood pressure pill or a blood thinner pill. Everybody needs a good pain pill. And I wanted to get away from the Advils and the acetaminophen, because those are man-made and they are toxic. They are toxic. And so in it, I chose 4 herbs that would cover the whole spectrum of the endocannabinoid. One of them was metals. You mentioned soft tissue. In a man's human anatomy, the prostate gland is soft tissue, and it is so far out of the ordinary blood circulation that it just gets left down there, inflamed, aching, and misery. And people have trouble the older they get with their prostate because the soft tissue goes inflamed. In women, breast tissue is soft tissue, and most things do not enter into the softest of tissue to take care of business. On the inside of the lungs, where all this COVID mess was going on, inside the lining of the heart, the soft tissue. But I found a nutrition that's called nettles. Woo! Perfect for endocannabinoid coverage, but it goes where no other pain pill goes, and it takes care of business. So then we have the 3 other areas: the muscle, the bone, the ligament, the tendon, everywhere else where pain is, the headaches and all of that. So Dr. Charlie, with the gold standard Relieve, decides, hey, what we can do is we can put 4 herbs in one pill. And yes, it has been a miracle of sorts. There is no other pain pill on the world market that can compare to the Relieve that Modexus has. And it is unique because it only takes 2 capsules to go to work in about 35 minutes. And when that thing starts circulating, it's going to drop off at every endocannabinoid system zone in the human body. makes no matter what the pain is. And it really doesn't even matter what the pain level is, because whatever level it is, it's coming down. And we thank Modexus for being bold, and we thank Modexus for being a willing partner to take such a formula and say, now, you know what? We are responsible for getting it out to the rest of the world. You are holding in your business something better than Tylenol, Advil, glucosamine, chondroitin, curcumin, and you got it. And you ought to be able to sell it because it is the nutrition that the world needs for pain.
Absolutely. Well, personally, I know it's been a game changer for me and different people in my family. I'm thankful for this nutrition and thankful that you are willing to share it with Modexus. And we certainly do have a responsibility to get this information out. If you're listening to this recording, no worries at all. I hope you're taking notes, but we are recording and we need to get this information out to the world. And so last but not least is Lift. Something I use every single day. I have the tendency to burn the candle on both ends and also in the middle, so I quickly run out of wax. Lift is an amazing formulation, formulated again to do no harm, and it certainly adds hours to my day. Dr. Rouse, tell us about Lift as we wrap this up.
Absolutely. Lift is unique. We had two very special ingredients that we were chasing. And when we caught them and got to the research and they were willing to let us be a partner with them, I got excited. One of the research products that's in our product came out of professional football. In professional football, some of those players had some very severe head injuries, concussions, that left them with some permanent brain damage, some very severe head injuries. And of course, the world has been looking medicinally and naturally for something that could help somebody with a post-traumatic syndrome from an accident, even if it were somebody whose head had hit the windshield of a car and had been brain damage. And what came out of research was the choline, CHOLINE, and the alpha GPC. The alpha GP choline was the one that they did the research on. And Randy, it has shown remarkable intense brain building, brain rejuvenating qualities in people who have been injured in brain injuries. So I was excited when we were able to bring alpha GPC to our product in the milligrams that they did the clinical studies in. And then out of the Olympics, out of the gymnasium Olympics, where they were looking for endurance, they didn't just want energy, they wanted endurance. And Tecrin, TEACRIN, Tecrin, a T, different from Lipton tea. This Tecrin was unique in that it was providing the upcharge to energy and was sustaining the energy charge for 8 hours. But what was more exciting in the research was that the Tecrin, in its energy supply, was supplying the brain with unique energy molecules that was making the athlete motivated. It was giving them a much greater disposition, an attitude that was taking them to a higher altitude. It was giving people an outlook that was making a major positive outcome in their athletic performance. They said, what would happen if we took this to the student? Made every student smarter and made them more focused and gave them a disposition that an attitude would bring them into a smarter category. And that's exactly what lift is. It doesn't just lift your energy up and sustain it for 8 hours. Lift is designed to make your brain rejuvenate and be happier and have more energy. Because out of the human body, 40% of all the energy is used by the noggin. And if you don't feed the head, the rest of you ain't gonna get it. So lift comes along, and I start my every day. I take 2 Lonacera every day. I take 2 Tranquility every day. I take 2 lift every day. Now, thank God I don't have any pain. And if I have pain, when I do have pain, I take relief. Today I had no pain, but I took the Tranquility, and I took the lift, and I took the Lonacera. And at night, I take 2 more Lonacera Longevity and 2 more Tranquility. And so, and I think Randy takes more lift during the day. But this I know, that my body, and I'm in my 70s, my body feels like it's still in its younger years. And I thank Modexus for the opportunity to be able to get the nutrition that I needed from the company that I trust the most. Because where they make their stuff and how they make their stuff is in an FDA registered lab, and it's made with perfection. And I'm cheeky about what I put in my body. But Modexus, when it comes in a beautiful label like that, I already know something's up, and it is up. It's up and up. It's the best of the best. So if you haven't yet given Modexus a try, you need to. But the main point of our lecture tonight that Randy and I wanted you to catch was that, look, here we are with the world's best, but it's our responsibility to get this stuff out to the world market, because all they got to do, you don't worry about business venture, just get them on the product. And once they start, then their body will say, tell me more.
Absolutely. Well said, Dr. Rouse. We certainly appreciate that. And we do have a responsibility. When you have something this good, we need to share it. It was told to me years ago that, it said, Randy, somebody thought enough of you to share this goodness with you. Don't you have a responsibility then to pass it on? And I think if we all operate with that mindset, that good things will definitely happen. And lift for your best day every day. I take 2 capsules in the morning. By the way, if you're someone that does a lot of computer work, maybe you're not in the gym, you're not athletic, but your job keeps you at a desk in front of a computer, and it's a lot of brain work. Make sure you catch what Dr. Rouse said. The ability of this formula to help everything work. It's like taking your computer and putting it on overdrive. It does that for your brain and does it in a safe and healthy way. So, Dr. Rouse, you're the natural doctor that everyone loves. I know here at Modexus, we certainly do love and appreciate you so much. And we're so glad that you said yes to Modexus, and you're sharing your knowledge so freely with each and every one of us. And we just can't thank you enough. I do believe that when we have the gift of health, sharing it is just absolutely priceless. And you do that, and you set that example for us every single day. So we appreciate all of you being here this evening. We went a little longer than what we normally would, but it's been a while since we've done this. And I think you had the opportunity to get a lot of great information and hopefully understand a little bit more about our products, how they work, how they're designed. The next step is get back with the person that invited you tonight and get started. We know that you'll be glad you did. One of the things that I see often here also, and I know I'm sharing these stories with you, but we'll have people that will use our products, and maybe for whatever reason life gets in the way and they drift back, but they almost always come back to these products, and that's proof in itself right there. So for now, we're going to close this event. Make sure that you find this link wherever it is. If you're a guest here and whoever invited you, make sure you get the recording from them so you can re-listen and you can share. For those of you that are in our official communities, we'll get this spooled up and make sure we get it posted for you. Please like it, comment it, tag it, share it. This is important information. So that's all for now. And until next time, know this: we love and appreciate each and every one of you. Stay healthy.